I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. This nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. My four little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
Martin Luther King Jr. had a dream, and literally we are still living his dream today, right? The fight is not over. Every day is another opportunity to conquer, another opportunity to do something different, to closing the gap. I want to go ahead and bring our guest onto the stage here. Rachel G. Woodson is here. Welcome to the show. Thank you for accepting our invite and willing to come here and share your knowledge with us today. How are you doing?
I am phenomenal, JP. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this amazing Black History event, and just to be on here kicking it, rocking with you. I'm so ready.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are too, right? We have the notepads ready, everything ready in order to learn from your expertise here today. We are honored. And before we get started, I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to some of the folks in the comment section joining us. Looking at you, James Hicks. Thanks for being here. Dr. Elo from LinkedIn. What's going on, family? Thanks for being here. We are ready to learn from our guest today. I appreciate you, Steve Worthy. All is well, family. All is well. Let's get this show started. So let me ask you this, Rachel. A lot of folks in the comment and prior to this show were like, why is JP so excited about this guest? So I want to ask you, for the folks that do not know who you are, take a minute, introduce yourself to them, please.
Hey, everybody. I am Coach Rachel G. Woodson, international coach. I'm also a host on BET's show called Love and Quarantine. You can even catch it on YouTube and all of their streaming platforms. In the middle of doing a few of other reality TV shows that will come out in 2022. But I'm an everyday person trying to help people heal, to love again, making sure everybody is walking in purpose, loving in purpose, and most importantly, loving themselves. And I appreciate platforms like this that gives me an opportunity to encourage and to impact someone that may need it, if not today, 5 years from now.
Man, the way you started is already amazing. You know, like that is so true, right? Like the things that we're putting out. You might not need it today, but you never know when you're going to need this type of things. And this is being put out there to help anybody that is needing help. It might not be you. It might be a friend of yours. It might be a family member. It might be a loved one that need to hear this, right? That's why we're here. So as we're joining this, we're connecting. Let's all remember that the things we're about to talk about today is a blessing, regardless of whether you're good, whether you need it or you don't. Is always a good reminder to know how to balance life, love, and purpose, which is what we're talking about today. Well, Before we dive into the nitty and gritty of our conversation, Rachel, we have a special way of trying to learn to know a little more our special guest. So I have some questions here for you. I'm going to go ahead and ask you. So first thing I want to ask you is, right, if you were a superhero, who will it be and why?
I don't think the superhero that I would want to be exists. Um, I would want to be a minesweeper.
Oh,
To
wow.
kill all negative thoughts, because what stops a person from getting to point A to point B is the thoughts in their head. So if I had a superpower, I would take away everything. If you've been molested, if you
Hmm.
know have been wronged, if your childhood wasn't great, any type of trauma, I would take care of it as a minesweeper and only put positive vibes
Wow,
in your
that's
mind.
amazing. I love it. I love it. I mean, negative thoughts is really destroying generations, families, people, making you feel like you're less than, right? You're not qualified or, you don't belong. And so that is just amazing. I'm loving it, right? And yeah, that doesn't exist. They better hurry up and create a superhero like that. We need one,
Right.
right? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So the next question for you will be, and this is, we want to see how you eat, right? On Thanksgiving Day, are you more of a turkey and sweet potato type of girl or chicken and mashed potato with some gravy on the side?
Give me some turkey. I'm a country girl.
There we
Give
go.
me the food.
All right, sounds good. Well, that's me too, right? I love me some turkey as well. So that's awesome. So next one will be, if you had a chance, right, to speak to your 20-old self, right? Like Rachel G. Woodson, 20-year-old, when you were 20. What would be that one advice you would give yourself and why?
I would tell myself that when life happens, don't take too long to pick yourself back up. I was single at 20, married by 22, divorced a few years later, and just kind of in exile. And as life happened, I took too long in some instances to pick myself back up. But it was all a part of purpose, so I don't regret any of it. But I would tell myself to hurry up and learn the lesson so you can get the blessing instead of just sitting in a depressed state or sitting trying to figure it all out.
That's good. Don't let the drawbacks of life define your life. Learn
Right.
from it. Keep moving. That's deep. That's deep. I love it. I love it. All right, let's get started. Let's get into the nitty and gritty of today's. As you know, we're celebrating the Black History. So one thing we want to know is, what does when you hear the term Black History Month, what does that make you think of as a Black woman living in America today?
I think it's amazing that Black history comes before Women's Month. Being an African American woman here in America, knowing that we are some of the most powerful, educated go getters out there. And we have a month, but we celebrate ourselves every day, which we should. Like Mary J. Blige has a song, Good Morning Gorgeous. That's just something that we should be happy to be connected to. I'll be honest with you. I don't take it as okay, it's a month and I need to be appreciative of the month. Um, I'm appreciative that I'm making my ancestors proud. And I'm able to
Mm-hmm.
do that 12 months out of a year. And every day I wake up is Black History. And to me, I put on my Facebook right before we did this the wonderful graphic that you have of myself in the black and the white. And I said, I am Black History because we have to look at ourselves like that. We are Black history. Whatever you are doing, it's history in the making because it's something that society or that our past did not want us to do. So this month, if anything, should motivate you for the other months to keep doing what you're doing. But I think I got more excited about this month because it was busy for me, but because Women's Month is right afterwards. And
Yes,
the
that's
fact
true.
that I am a Black woman who has done phenomenal things by the grace of God, by planning and preparing. And I'm about to walk into a month designated for women. So I was Black 1 month and proud.
Hmm.
And the next month, I'm a woman and proud. And if you ask me, those two are bleeding together in my mind. I'm a
They
Black
sure
proud
are.
woman.
Yes, hey, 100%, right? Like some folks will say, you're speaking the truth. Preach tonight. That is so true. And yeah, it's just for me, it's divine, right? Like we have this Black History Month, and then we're celebrating women. I mean, that is really, really amazing. And I love what you said, right? We are, let me put this comment back up, right? We are walking Black history. We are, that's who we are, right? A different guest on different shows said that every day we are Black. Every day we
Hmm.
celebrate who we are, and every day is another opportunity to win, right? To conquer. And this is a daily walk, and just got to remember not once a year, but every day. I love that. I really, really love that. Thank you so much for that amazing, presentation and the way you put it. Now, let me ask you this: you today are an international celebrity coach. You help families, people, you know, in their relationship, really win. Which we know there's a lot of challenges in our relationships today, right, in society. When did you discover that this was your purpose? What was that click? What's your story? Share with us a little bit. How did you end up doing this?
Let me say this. Every time I was sitting earlier and I was trying to think who started this celebrity thing, connected to my name. And so it always just takes me for a minute and waters my eyes because I appreciate that so much. But I didn't ask for this. And I don't think anybody asks for purpose to come into their life. It collides. It's a car wreck into your life that you don't even know hits you. We're so busy. One of the questions you asked me a few minutes ago was about me and
Hmm.
about my 20-year-old self. Well, my 20-year-old self needed what happened from 20 years old to almost 40 this year, in this 20 span of years, to be able to say, this is my purpose and this is why. After going through being raised in the church, being a pastor's kid, my whole family being ministers in church, no one ever gave us the education on marriage. We had education on making sure that you guys love God and go to the same church, and that was it. So I had failure in that, but I had no idea that even in the failure in that people were going to start wanting my expertise, my motivation, my
Hmm.
inspiration. I just seen it as me just speaking me. And so I never forget, I started doing makeup. I started living off survival. I couldn't just keep making $5.15 an hour trying to get my nursing certificate. I had kids. And so makeup was something I started to do, but I started noticing that my clients that were coming to me weren't coming to me because they wanted their makeup done. They were coming to
Hmm.
me because they needed somebody to talk to. And I found myself doing makeup every day and every weekend. And these people would sit in my chair and they would tell me about their problems. I would give them advice and they would tell me at work and then they would tell their friends. And so I said, you know what, maybe I need to start posting some advice on Facebook because Instagram wasn't around at the time. And
Hmm.
people started gravitating to it. I said, well, maybe I should charge. And I'm not going to lie, for 6 months, all I made was $500. All I had was 5 clients. And now I can honestly say that, I've seen almost 5,000 people last year and private coaching. So it's not how you start, it's how you consistently continue. But I started to realize that my purpose wasn't in making somebody look good on the outside. My purpose was making sure they look good on the inside. So that is my backstory on how I got started. It sat in my chair and found me.
Wow. Wow. And if you look into the best books of the world, right, the folks that actually discover their purpose and are walking within their purpose will tell you similar things that they didn't want to do it at first. They're like, not me, right? Like, choose the next person in line. Not me. Don't give me that. But when God built us, he built us with a purpose, for a purpose. And so it's just natural that we excel whenever we decide to actually embrace it, which is one thing that I wanted to gravitate towards in our conversation today, because I'm ready to learn from you, right? I'm ready to really take the jams that you got. Really, a lot of folks will tell you today that, well, what's my purpose then? Like, I got skills, I got talent, but does that mean that's my purpose? What am I supposed to do to know that this is what I was created to do? Share with us a little bit.
Well, I always tell people, if you go find your pain, you'll find your purpose. Your pain is there to produce a level in you that you didn't know existed, because you have to rediscover the pain. Nobody wants to go and sit and heal and think about, what has this pain helped me through? How has this pain created a whole new person? We live off of pain, but you're going to live one or two ways. You're going to either live in pain and
Mm-hmm.
be functional depressed, or you're going to live in purpose and propel and help other people. And sometimes it's two in one, because while you're trying to find your purpose, when you get to your pain, it's a depressing thing, and you keep going. And I say, write down everything that hurt you from the age of 5 up until now. That is, for 7 years, that was the only exercise that I would give clients to do. And I would then peel off layers of their life from that. It's not just the love situations, it's not just the friends, it's not just those things in life when you got older. It's things in your life that happened when you were younger that started peeling away layers of you, of pain. And if you go back into that time, you can see, okay, you know what, my father wasn't there, my mother wasn't there, or I was molested, or whatever your pain was. When you heal from it, I tell people all the time, it's not about what happened to you. It's about how you came out of what happened. That's the
Hmm.
story of purpose. When you can see and say, hey, such and such wasn't there, this person didn't do what they were supposed to do, I was caused so much pain in my life, people are going to want to know, because that's just tea. It's like the shade room. It only lasts for a few minutes. Then they're on to the next. But when you can allow somebody to get up from the table of your life, impact, full, and light, motivated, knowing that I may have went through this, but I'm coming out. If she can do it, if he can do it, I can do it too. So out of your pain, after writing down the things that have hurt you from the age of 5 up until now, look at those things and then go back and write on the ages of the pain that you had if you were 8. What would you tell that 8-year-old? I have a program called Being the Me That I Need for Others. It's allowing yourself to become a coach and coaching others the way someone should have, or you wish someone would have coached you. That's what my practice is based off of. If I had a me back in the day, I probably would be more mentally stable 10 times earlier than the mistakes that I made. So you may not can go back over your mistakes, but you can definitely help somebody else through their mistakes by understanding your pain, finding your purpose, and helping people navigate. Because if you can catch somebody in the midst of all the situations and hell that you were in, and you can help them in the midst, you're walking in purpose. That's it.
Hmm.
You're just telling somebody how you got out of it.
Hmm. Wow. This is the first time that, to be honest, right? Very transparent. This is the first time that I'm hearing this way of seeking and finding your purpose, which is about looking within your pain and see the things that you've learned from it and build that better version of yourself and understand that as you're serving and the things that you find yourself focusing on and you want to help others get out of, in reality, is what you were created to do. And which is so true because we become our purpose in reality, right? We all have different challenges in life, different, hardships. And then we realize later that we can only impact at our best because we know that pain, because we were there, because we were probably them one day, right? Because we understand. Because if you've never been there, if you've never experienced it, you don't understand it. How can you help somebody? Right?
It's
So
funny.
I'm loving that. Yep.
Yes. One of my biggest tags is you can't help anybody transition unless you can translate. I can't go to another country and help someone if I don't know how to speak their language. You are called and assigned to people that you may never meet. You speak their language. I can't help people, if they've been on certain drugs or certain things, someone else can. We're all pieces of the puzzle and we work well together, but you have to be able to know what am I transitioning out of to help somebody else in. So yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's powerful. I hope I hope you're taking note, right? Let me see. I have about 72 folks watching you right now. I hope you're taking note. And don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to ask questions. If you want to ask her anything, she's here today. We're gonna take advantage. Now, I'm going to shift a little bit the conversation because as you know, this is the Content Creators University. And we empower content creators. And we've learned one thing is a creator is anybody that's bringing something into existence. It doesn't matter what it is. It wasn't there before. You're bringing it into existence. Then you're a creator, right? Business, whatever, you name it, right? And so in one way or another, we're all leveraging technology today in order to advance our agenda, right? In order to push the needle somewhere. Today, statistics tell us that the average person spends about 11 hours on social media. And we've seen how sometimes that affects our personal lives, right? Where we find ourselves spending more time there than in our real life. As an expert, as a professional, what will be your recipe or your advice in balancing that the best way so that one doesn't affect the other or step over it?
Let me tell you, I have one day, and I just do a few hours for TikTok because that's something that once you get on TikTok and you start scrolling, it is so easy to become consumed with the videos, the laughter, the information, all of the challenges that are on there. They're challenging you to do things, and I think it's great in a way because of the pandemic. So you're challenging yourself to get up and do different things. But what happened to the mental challenge and how much can you get done in a day if you remove social media? And this is my thing. If it's not making you money, if it's not making you better, why is it making you? Social media has a way of making people, but you leave social media broke. You leave social media not taking care of what you need to take care of in a day's time. I'm very grateful that for over 11 years, social media has been a platform of a business for me. The time that I spend on social media is for business. It is a free channel for you to walk in purpose. It is a free channel for you to get yourself out there. Utilize it, use it. It makes no sense to scroll and to like my daily affirmations, to like all of my everything that I put on social media, my content. It makes no sense to like JP's content if you don't have your own content. That's a missing piece of the puzzle that we need. So the next time you get on social media and you're scrolling and you're seeing people being successful, you're seeing people dress how they want to dress, drive what they want to drive, go where they want to go, live the life that they deserve. I want you to step in the mirror and look at yourself while you're scrolling on everybody else's page. Like literally pick up your phone and scroll and then look at you and say, am I living that life that I deserve? So if not, why am I double tapping, commenting, sharing, saving somebody else's life when I could be implementing some goals in order for me to be able to do the same thing?
Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Let's remember ourselves, right? Like they said, there are two types of people in the world: those who watch TV or those who make TV, right? Are you watching other people's life happen, or are you participating in making your own life happen, right? What are you doing? I'm loving that. I'm loving every single thing you're saying today. And this is so important to us because my audience, a lot of them are self-employed, right? Entrepreneurs and people that have small businesses and are using social media in order to grow, in order to do something, right? To impact a certain way. And some are saying, well, they've been doing this maybe for 10 years and it's not really impacting. And they're wondering, should they keep it up? Is all this a lie? But when they see somebody like you, Rachel, and they realize, well, she's making it. What exactly does Rachel have that I'm missing? Or do I just I don't understand how to use this at all? How can you answer that, Rachel?
Well, I'd say this. It's one thing to be consistent and comfortable. It's another thing to be consistent and uncomfortable. You have to be okay with being consistently uncomfortable. That is one of the only ways that you're going to continue to thrive, propel, and continue to look at your past self and say, I want to be better than who I was yesterday. Not looking at everybody else. A lot of people are consistent, but they're failing in their consistencies. And they think because I'm consistent, I'm doing my job. No, it's called self accountability and reevaluation. At some point, you got to have your own tax season in your life. You have to know what dues you need to pay, what you need to change, what you need to implement. You may not have filed child care credit. You may file it this year.
Mm-hmm.
Things change in your life. If you are consistently doing the same thing, you got one part right. You're waking up every day and you're doing it. Now I need you to wake up every day, do it, but do it differently. You are the scientist of your own life. A scientist learns by its mistakes. A scientist learns by trying different things. The lab may blow up, nothing may happen. With the things that they're putting together within chemistry may not align and may not equal the manifestation that they need. But what do? They keep trying the same thing, but they do it different ways. Sometimes it's the greatest mistakes that turns electricity into electricity. Sometimes it's the greatest mistakes that,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
turn any technology into a laptop, a phone. But you can't give up. So what I would say is continue to be consistent, but be uncomfortably consistent. Do something different. Whatever you've been doing now, write that down because that's what you don't need to do anymore other than being consistent. And a lot of times it's our fear. It's our
Mm-hmm.
fear.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I
Mm-hmm.
said if I had a superpower, it would be to be positive mind woman
Mm-hmm.
because we have a choice. As someone who chose depression in the past, someone who chose suicidal thoughts, someone who chose to give up, I was the same person that chose to keep going, to trust God, to go get it, and to manifest the life that I deserve. If I can do it on housing and food stamps, coming, getting it out the mud from the bottom up, you can too. It's all about, okay, what am I not doing right? Sometimes it's you're just not doing. Everything's there, but you're afraid to move because you're so comfortable. You're already, as an entrepreneur, you're already uncomfortable because you're
Mm-hmm.
walking in no man's land.
True. True.
My thing is, and my main mental goal is you're already doing it. Why don't you just go all the way? It's either going to give you a yes or a no. If it gives you a no, that means there's something on your list you can check off you tried. But you'll never know unless you try. And you'll never fail unless you try. But you'll never succeed unless you try. And that's the problem. Some of y'all aren't trying.
Family, this is powerful, man. I'm on fire, yo. I'm on fire because this is good. This is good. And this is leading me because my takeaway from what you're saying is, how do we adapt? Because if you're doing what you were doing in year 2001, and you're doing it exactly the same way, you didn't adapt, you didn't update, you didn't change, you didn't do anything. 2022, you're doing exactly the same, and you keep saying it's not working. How are you adapting? Because you got to be able to adapt, family. Yo, I'm taking note today. I'm taking note. We need to understand the times we're living in. And we need to also understand, who are we trying to speak to, right? And the technology that we're using today, whatever you use it, if it's not working, ask yourself why. What have you changed? What expert have you consulted with? And see, that's the next thing I wanted to talk about. Why, in your opinion, is it that it's so hard for some people to simply hire the help of an expert? Why is it that there's so many people in, again, the entrepreneurs, a journey entrepreneurship, right? I understand the fact of wanting to wear multiple hats simply because we don't have the funds and stuff like that. But why is it that is, based on my experience as well, it's so hard for some people to simply let a professional in that specific aspect take over? What would you say is causing that? What would you say is making people having a hard time doing that and just trusting somebody else?
A lot of things. You said trust. That's one. That goes back to life, you know, childhood trauma, life trauma, having best friends and your best friends doing things to you. And so you start off in high school, not
Mm-hmm.
trusting people. And, you're big on that. And finances too. A lot of people are afraid to actually invest the amount because they don't know what they're going to get. It's kind of like with God. You invest your time, invest your faith, and you know it's going to work out, but you don't know. So you're trying to help and micromanage him. It's the same thing when it comes to your relationship, when it comes to business. You
Mm-hmm.
have to be able to trust people. It's funny because I had put out something, a coaching thing, and I'm not coaching anymore one on one unless they are taking out yearly programs. But I had a young lady that I spoke to today, and she says, I just can't see myself investing in someone like you when I can sit and talk to someone for free and they can
Hmm.
tell me about my life. I don't think I should spend money on for somebody to help me. And I told her, I said, that's why your life is where it is now, because you get in life what you put into life. And the investment that you're putting into life shows because you're getting back your investments. You're getting back your reward. And I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how lucrative it is for you, but you get what you pay for. And that is the thing. The reason why I've helped people in relationships and in business and helping them build their platform genetically is because I wish I had somebody to show me and all the mistakes that I made. And when you're looking at people to invest in, it's great to look at their success story, but I tell people all the time, ask them about their struggle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Know exactly the people that are here that you're investing in, because if you're investing in someone who can say, I've been through some stuff and I got it out the mud and I did this and this is what fuels me and this is the hunger that I have within me that keeps me going, that's somebody you want to connect with. Because like I tell my clients, I'm going to give you my fire. If you put it out, that's your business, but I'm going to give you all of me that's burning inside of me, and you better gravitate to it. And that's what investing is about. When you invest in yourself, when it comes to your love life, your finances, your health, your mental life, your spiritual life, whatever it is, yes, you can invest in a spiritual advisor. Yes. Stop thinking that people don't make money being a spiritual advisor or they're pimping God. No, they're your coach, but they're helping you spiritually if you need it outside of your pastor. So these are avenues and gifts that were created to help people make room and for you to make room. But if you don't see the potential in who you are, you're not going to give and put the investment that you need. It's all about the life you want to live. Do you want to live life regular or do you want to live life being irregular and being different? And that goes to show your investment. Be different, invest different.
Oh man, be different, invest different. I hope you wrote it down, family. One question that I received before the live started, right? And the person wanted to stay anonymous. So we decided to keep him anonymous. And the question for you was that today they see, the same way people will broadcast their love story on social media, right? On Facebook, you can mark that I'm with this person, I'm married with this person. This is, the whole world knows and likes and all those stuff. The same way they see whenever problem comes, a lot of people will start fighting and put the fight on social media. And this person is asking, in your professional opinion, is that something that is acceptable for you? Is that something that's okay that people should be doing? Is it okay to, just put your dirty laundry out there and have other people's opinion, right? Because he's going through something right now. Or is it just better to keep it private and, like you just said, maybe go see a counselor or stuff like that? What will be your feedback on that?
I tell people all the time, you can live publicly private. I'm very well married. I love to share my story on social media, but I don't over indulge social media with my life because when you start giving them every moment of your life, they want the good and the bad. And you don't have time to transition and to actually help yourself. I did a webinar event a couple of weeks ago and I talked about that. When people want to become power couples and put all of their business on social media and you're always doing events, my husband and I don't do events together. We've been married since 2018. I want to give us some time. Let us find ways to help you transition into that. But in the midst of that, you don't put your business out on social media. Leave that where it is because now you have all of these people giving opinions, all these people either jumping on one, they don't know if it's your wife or it's your husband or if it's the
Mm-hmm.
husband and it's the
Mm-hmm.
wife who said what. And so now you not only have spouses attacking each other privately, you have people jumping on the bandwagon of the spouse. So there's never really healing in that. All you're
Mm-hmm.
doing is trying to find somebody to take your side. When there is no sides in marriage, when an issue, the sides is let's fix us, not you
Mm-hmm.
see what they said, you see what they said, I was right, you were wrong, you were right, I was wrong. You're both wrong until you figure out how to do it right. So leave it off of there. It goes back to investing. Social media is a platform where you could do a lot of things. A lot of people become a lot of things. The pandemic, everybody was relationship coaches all of a sudden. Everybody was life coaches.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody see, okay, how can I make a quick buck? How can I make money? And so you'll have people trying to give advice so people will come and like their page. But you need to be able to take a step back and realize when social media is gone, you're going to have to lay next to your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
And you and your spouse are going to have to talk not about the post, not about the comment sections, not about the DMs, but about the problem. So please leave your relationship issues off of social media. If anything, wait until you guys heal and you guys figure out a plan and a pattern, and then you can start helping people and help them navigate their relationship. But you can't help anybody until you help yourself.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you so much. And I will say, I agree with you, 2000%. Right. There's a we should be able to keep certain aspect of our lives private. Right. I mean, it's just very important to keep the whole world's mouth outside of your business, because as much as we can post online, as much as we can share every single thing. So if there's an issue, it happened before you share it. So there's definitely a part and an aspect or something that wasn't shared. And if I wasn't there, I will be missing the whole picture. And my advice will only be based off of what you put out there. And it's all opinion. And at the end of the day, we are together for life, right? That's it. It's for life. Thank you so much. I'm looking at the time and I just realized, and now my alarm is ringing, just realized that we've gone to the end of the show. This is insane. Man, we appreciate you a lot. Let me go ahead and run an ad real quick. And when we come back, we want you to tell us, how can we connect with you? How can we book you? How can we work with you for the folks that will want to continue the conversation and things like that? What are the spaces and places you spend your time? We'll highly appreciate that. So stay with me. Don't go anywhere. And we will be right back. All right, family, welcome back. Welcome back. We've been here with our special guest, Rachel G. Woodson, and we're discussing life, love, and purpose, right? And how to really balance that the right way so we can live a healthy, peaceful life, right? And operate in our purpose and understanding the way things are supposed to be done. For the folks that do not know, she is a celebrity coach and she's been teaching us a lot tonight. And I'm really, really humble and excited that she's taking the time to come and speak with us. Well, earlier, what you watched was a trailer and ad of one of our sponsors, Reveal TV Network. For the folks that love, watching family content, faith-based Christian content, family-friendly. Well, it's like Netflix for Christians, right? Go ahead and check it out. The website is revealtv.net. Go ahead and get yourself a free 30-day trial. Watch movies, enjoy it with family, and what have you. I personally use it, and I love it. Let me go ahead and bring our guest back onto the stage here. Hey. Thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I can't believe the time is up. Like, I'm looking at the time like, are you serious right now? Time is already up.
Time
It's been
flies
an
when you're
hour.
having fun.
Oh, my God. You're so right? I'm like, oh, man, we have to end it as we respect your time. But we can't let you go because I know there's some folks that are going to want to continue connect with you, book your services. We want to know, how can we do that, right? Where are the places you want us to connect with you? Please share with us.
Well, I am Google certified, so you can Google me, Rachel G. Woodson. It's going to pull up everything from my office number to all my social media links. Everything is really, really easy. It's Rachel G. Woodson. Even my website, racheljwoodson.com. I just launched the I'm Somebody's Wife affirmations. I post affirmations every morning. I say them and post them on TikTok, on Facebook, on Instagram, even on YouTube, Rachel G. Woodson. I have all my videos. I am now getting prepared and ready to launch my 3-month mentoring program. Like I said, private coaching is done by the year. And there is my website for that. It's thecoachingfirm.as.me. You can book anything, but you can definitely go through my website and do that. Get you some merchandise, self-help, any type of self-love. Even for you online daters, there's a very wonderful 3-day online dating course for you to be able to start living the life that you deserve. And again, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate this so much, and your platform to allow us to be able to have great dialogue, positive dialogue.
Absolutely. And the honor is all ours here. Thank you so much. I want you to stay backstage as I go ahead and close, and we'll be right back with you. Thank you so much. All right, family, as you guys know, this is how we do it. Fantastic conversation. And I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot tonight, and I hope you have too, right? We've gone to the end of our show. And like we always say, if you appreciate this type of videos, you know what to do. If you're watching it, right? Well, it's on YouTube, right here. If you're listening to the podcast, you want to go ahead and connect with us on YouTube. And the channel is, of course, JP Hightek Reviews. Every single week right here on the Content Creators University, we have these conversations with phenomenal guests like Rachel G. Woodson coming to share their expertise and helping us grow in business, in our life, in our relationships. So this was phenomenal. I want to see you again. Like I said, that will be this Thursday, right? Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. We are having Lenita. Lenita hosting is coming here to teach us how to grow our business with content creation. Fantastic conversation. I'm looking forward to that. And I'll see you next time. Like I always say, be safe. Bye-bye, folks.
I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream. This nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.